Hey guys, Alex from 7th Hour Films back again with Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. I really had to run the gauntlet in my head to remember what we're doing. Yeah, last time we had sacrifices where, as the Buccaneer was dying, he entreated Ling and Greed to hold the gate, hold the line, and protect the gate, because those were his orders. And Ling decided to do so, and he fully took, borrowed Greed's powers and went and started decimating the central troops. Meanwhile, most of the sacrifices have made their way to Father. However, the fifth sacrifice, well, he hasn't even been made yet. So the gold-toothed doctor is now forcing Roy Mustang to perform a human transmutation, and the threat is they have fatally injured Riza Hawkeye, and so, yeah, and he said he would do it. So, yeah, that's kind of where we are. Roy's going to have to perform a human transmutation, so, yeah. But yeah, very, very interesting stuff, and I'm curious to see where we're going from here. So, like always, the reaction is down in the description and the pinned comment for your viewing pleasure. So let's go ahead and jump right into this episode of Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. Here we go.
やっと見つけた新しい朝は月日が邪魔をする
We're down to the last two homunculi, technically. Even though Greed is still out there technically with Ling, and there's also Father that you have to deal with. Of course, of the two that remain is the world's most annoying old man and the world's most annoying child. I've said it once, I've said it 1,000 times, that pompousness, I hate that so much. Oh, man, just fuck these guys up, please. Just kill them. I'm so tired of that, you know? And again, I don't know why it's just those two, you know? Like, if Lust says it, or Envy says it, or even Greed says it, why is it better? I don't know. I guess it's the difference of... because I've seen people say, you know, those homunculi, you know, they're more goofy. You know, Wrath is not, you know, the Saturday morning villain, you know? And that's fine. That is completely fine. But it's just, so fucking annoying. Man, they gotta get Hohenheim out of that fucking body. I have to say that Father's new design is terrible. Like, it's just a freaking giant blob, and the fact that he has Hohenheim inside of him, that he's just got a freaking, like, beer belly. And I know I'm one to talk about bellies, but, I mean, you don't look at me and think I'm intimidating, you know? Like, that's the thing. You don't look at me and my fatness and think I'm intimidating. So this guy is like, no, that's not intimidating anymore. Man... Poor Roy. Roy probably, of the people who have now been involved in human transmutation, I'm gonna say Roy got the shaft the most. And I know that's a lot to say considering, you know, Ed lost his arm and his leg. Al lost his body. Izumi lost, you know, part of her insides to where she can never have a child again. Roy lost his eyes. Now, his eyes, that's a big thing. That is a big thing to lose your eyes. But I think it's the fact that he did not choose it, you know? And that's what Ed was saying, you know? Is that, yes, all of us were punished for, you know, our arrogance for performing human transmutation. He did not choose this. Roy did not willingly choose this. And so the punishment, it's a punishment with no crime, you know? It's a punishment with no crime. It's like literally being arrested for a crime you didn't commit, you know? And it's like, oh, well, this is the punishment you deserve. It's like, I didn't do anything. You did that. You and, your old bitch and your little bitch in shorts. And it's just a thing too that it's like they look they look down on Roy so much too. And at the same time, Roy has now killed 2 homunculi. Good job. It's just I don't know. But one thing is, because both of his gloves were, hit through with Wrath's swords. So both of those transmutation circles are broken. One of them already was broken before that. But Roy now has gained the ability to use alchemy without a transmutation circle. So long as he still has his gloves, at least, to where he can still, create fire. The present issue, though, is the fact that he can't see. Now, I thought about it because I thought about, well, Hohenheim was able to help Izumi, Didn't, fully heal her, didn't, give back everything, but at least patch things up to where, she didn't have her, debilitating, problems, So I'm trying to think, like, if they get Hohenheim out of Father, could he potentially restore Roy's sight? The only thing I can think is you can't restore both of his eyes, otherwise that would be, that's completely undoing it. So if he could restore one eye, or maybe he gets like a different sight, maybe it'll be like Daredevil. At the very least he can see something, he sees, an outline or something, oh boy. Because, yeah, the fact that he's lost both of his eyes, he's lost his sight, it's just... Oh, it's so terrible. And yeah, and the fact that he was forced to do that, too, I did like that May chose to save Riza first before trying to get the stone. Unfortunately, it meant that the stone ended up going to Wrath. But at the same time, she did go and save Riza, which was good. Didn't fully heal her, but stopped the bleeding so that, she could carry on. She wouldn't die there. It's interesting that Wrath doesn't seem to heal that much, Like, his wounds are not regenerating like a normal homunculus. I'm wondering if that's specifically because he is more human, They created him to, to age, to not be immortal, so it could be, or either that, or his regeneration is really, really slow because of his age, And then we got Scar versus Wrath, which is good. And that's an interesting thing, because they were saying, even in his wounded state, they probably couldn't beat him. But I love Scar's giving it his all. And yeah, I mean, this, because, it's teased, it's been teased in the intro, Scar versus Wrath. But it makes perfect sense. It's like the perfect fight. Because, yeah, who ordered the genocide of the Ishvalan people? Führer. The Führer King Bradley, It was him. It's him. And yeah, it's part of Father's plan, but, that's it. It's him. And this makes perfect sense that, yeah, he is going in to kill him, to get his revenge. But, unlike Roy killing Envy, the revenge will not overtake him as it originally did, To where, overtaking him to where he was just killing any alchemist he can, any alchemist he could. Whereas now it's like, all right, here's the one truly responsible, and I will take them out, But even still, his anger is not getting to him like it did with Roy when he fought Envy, So yeah, so that's something. Yeah, I'm excited. It's an interesting matchup too, just on the fact that Wrath has swords and he has two swords now because of the other candidates, and Scar just with his destruction. But I like that. I really like that. And it's also good that we have May down there in Father's Lair too, because that also he's already disabled alchemy once before, but it wouldn't work on her, Scar. So I don't know. But I don't know. I mean, I don't know what they need done, I don't know what they need done. And yeah, and also, I just realized, I just remembered, we finally saw the beginnings of the eclipse, which is good. I feel like you should be able to see the moon just because it'd be shadowed in the daylight, I feel like we should have seen the moon sort of getting up to that point, but whatever. It's fine. But yeah, and then Al was finally returned to his body. He could have returned to his body fully, but that body is not strong, and yeah, this is not a good moment for that. But because they do know proper human transmutation and everything, it's entirely possible that, you can properly enter the portal and go. They know how to get Al's body back, So that's the thing, is that he has to stay with the metal body for now, because he needs to, because he needs it to fight, But when this is all done, he can go and get his original body back. And then, start downing sandwiches left and right, Something. Put some meat on that boy's bones. Goodness. So that was interesting. I also like that, just how much Al's body is talking. Like, it was just kind of interesting, but yeah, but because of that, because Al went back there, it means that all 5 sacrifices are now there and ready. So yeah. Oh boy. So a lot of good stuff. A lot of really, really good stuff. And yeah, folks, we have 5 episodes left. I can't believe this, but we've got 5 episodes left of Fullmetal. So I'm excited. I'm excited to see where we are going from here, how the fight's going to go. Can Roy get any of his sight back in order to, help out in this fight? Because that's the thing, Like, that's the thing, too, because they specifically say that they wanted to take out Roy because he is such a nuisance. He's a nuisance. He killed 2 of your friggin' homunculi. Yeah, a nuisance. But it's like, because, yeah, Roy is such a problem to them, where the rest of them, they get their spears and their, stone stuff. Roy is so destructive and powerful. And coupling that against Pride, I feel like there's every reason that he would be able to beat Pride. Like, it'd be too much light, All that fire. It'd be like, when the Shingies folks, the ninjas were using the flash bombs, and that did hurt Pride. So his fire should be that potent, But we'll have to see. I'm excited. I'm very excited to get into this. So yeah. So that is basically it. With all that being said, I'm Alex from 7th Hour Films, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. There's a bunch of links on screen if you want to go click around any of those. There's a playlist for all of my Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood reactions, as well as another video you can go click on if you want. There's also a subscribe button and a Patreon button on screen, as well as other links in the description if you want to go check out any of those. See you guys later.